This is the Reporter's Notebook, hosted by Elaine Shane.
Welcome to this entry in the DTN Reporter's Notebook. DTN Senior Ag Meteorologist Bryce Anderson joins us today as we look at the spring weather outlook. Bryce, how much is the Pacific Ocean influencing what's coming up this spring?
Well, the big feature from the Pacific, Elaine, looks like it's going to be no primary influence, either El Nino or La Nina. And it looks like right now the water temperatures in the Pacific are pretty much running average, in some areas of the ocean above average, and the barometer pressure features are pretty much flat. And so the Pacific, neutral, and that I think is generally favorable when we look at how things are going to play out.
You mentioned generally favorable, so how is the spring weather shaping up?
I think we are going to be on track to have warmer than normal temperatures. So that is going to allow soils to warm up. It's also going to allow the growth of weeds to get going sooner than we'd like to have. You know, that's the other side of it. And then the precipitation is going to be probably normal to above normal. There's going to be a fairly active storm track. We started to see that over parts of the central U.S. during the winter, and I think that's going to continue. And so the prospect is quite high that there's going to be some mud problems when we get into fieldwork time frame, and the chances for that are greatest in the northern part of the Corn Belt, from U.S. Highway 20 in Iowa north through Minnesota, and then into the Dakotas, especially North Dakota.
Are there any other areas that you think there might be some problems?
We could see some delays maybe in the Delta because even though we saw some dry conditions there last fall, there is the potential for rainfall to be pretty heavy in that section. The Northwest has been quite wet, and that could be a little bit unfavorable for their spring work. Then in the Southern Plains, it's going to be, I think, quite variable with parts of the area from south central Kansas and Oklahoma doing all right. Southwestern Kansas and the Oklahoma-Texas panhandles, though, are dry, and I think they're going to be in need of all the rain they can get.
So some of the areas that bounced back that were in bad shape a few months ago, Southeast and California, and it looks like they're going to be okay?
I think they certainly will be, because in the Southeast there's been quite a bit of stormy activity develop here over the last couple months, helping things out. And then in the far west, it wouldn't surprise me to see that producers in California get a full round of irrigation allocation for this season after the kind of rain and snow that they've had.
First time in a lot of years.
Yes, it is. It's a 5-year drought that California is still working out of as we speak.
Thanks, Bryce.
You're welcome.
With Bryce Anderson, I'm Elaine Shane, and that's today's entry in the DTN Reporter's Notebook. Thanks for joining us, and have a good evening from DTN.
This has been the Reporter's Notebook from the DTN Progressive Farmer Newsroom.